From the Hartford Yard Goats, Mark Robbins is upset that he couldn't be. He's up in Albany with the UConn women's basketball team, but Mark Robbins upset not to be in studio with you tonight. Jeff Dooley, the director of broadcasting from the Hartford Yard Goats. Exciting times, and here we are. It's a little cold outside, but your season's going to start, Jeff, in next week.
It's amazing, yeah. On the 5th, April 5th, a week from Thursday, and there's a college game actually, a college doubleheader on Saturday at Dunkin' Donuts Park with Hartford playing UConn there in Quinnipiac. So it's a pretty exciting time for for Yard Goat fans and to get that buzz back in the ballpark.
Well, let's talk about what's new. Are we seeing anything new this year from the Yard Goats? Because last year was so darn exciting with that new park that we had waited for, got in, and everyone was like, okay, this was worth the wait.
Yeah, I don't want to give away all the surprises because there are some things that are going to pop up during the season, including a goat herder, which you'll want to see in person. It's going to be a lot of fun for the fans. And speaking of that goat theme, how about live goats at every game? There was so popular last year that we said, you know what, we did it for the kids on the weekends, on the Sunday family games. Why not bring them to all the games? Why not? So we've got goats coming to every game, all 70 home games this season. So it'll be a lot. It's more than just baseball with the Yard Goats.
You know, a little known secret. I grew up on a goat farm.
Did you really?
I grew up on a goat farm.
You gotta. We're gonna take some pictures.
I'm right at home. I'm right at home.
Definitely taking some pictures.
So I'd be remiss not to mention, and we were going to make a big announcement with this, but the Yard Goat games will be seen right here, just as they were last year on Vantage Sportsnet. So we're thrilled to have you guys back. Obviously, quality programming for us and a way for everyone, if you can't get out to the ballpark every night, to take in a Yard Goats game right from the comfort of your living room.
We're thrilled with the partnership with you guys as well, and I just think it's a great element to get to our fans. Like you said, not everyone can get there every night, but to know that the games are broadcast on television and then to have your show directly following us, I think is just wonderful. So it's a great partnership, and it's certainly something that we look forward to.
Let's talk about last year a little bit, because there was a wait to see the team, and as I mentioned, I think everyone is in agreement that it was worth the wait. But was it everything that you guys imagined, or even more? Because you guys, the crowds you got every night, right? The ballpark was voted the #1 minor league ballpark in the country. I mean, there were so many things about it.
Yeah, it was fun. It really was. I mean, I'd be lying if I told you we'd sell out 41 times. I mean, it was an absolute. It was just amazing. 41. Basically, every game was sold out from July 1st on, and the buzz in the ballpark. But I think it goes back to our wonderful fans. I was just out in spring training in Scottsdale. Ryan McMahon, who's probably going to make the Rockies opening day lineup. He told me, he said, Jeff, it wasn't about so much the fans. They're just so intelligent. They know when to cheer. They get into the games. They don't just, a lot of minor league games, it's just about having a good time. They're actually tremendous sports fans, and they know the game of baseball. We know how this is such a huge market with, kind of wedged between New York and Boston. But to hear the players say that, how they love playing at home, I think meant a lot for us. And again, it comes back to the fans, who I just think are the best.
There's great history in pro baseball in Hartford that a lot of people don't know, but there's a lot of great history for pro baseball in Hartford going back to early Major League Baseball days. I think Bulkley owned a team in Hartford, right?
They did, one of the founding members of the National League, the same National League as we know it today, was the Dark Blues of Hartford. So it's traced way back.
All right, so I wanted to bring this up because it kind of made news today, and in a roundabout way, it'll be kind of cool for Connecticut fans, and that is the New York Mets assigning Tim Tebow to Binghamton. So Connecticut fans are going to get a chance to see Tim Tebow come through Hartford. I mean, should he remain on the team? And who knows what happens?
And I think some of that stuff can change, obviously, with his projections. But the story broke in the news today that it looked like they were going to assign him to Double-A to start the season, which I know the Binghamton Rumble Ponies will welcome him with open arms. And the Mets are in for a 3-game series in May, so it's going to be exciting to obviously get a football star to play baseball. And I was talking to one of the broadcasters that had him last year and couldn't say enough good things about Tim and the way he dealt with the fans and signed autographs and talked to the media. I think as you get to the higher levels of the minor leagues, you're playing in bigger cities now as compared to the lower A's. So there's going to be a little bit more media attention. So hopefully he'll be good with that. But it should be fun to see. I mean, obviously a guy with that name recognition, he's someone that people know.
And that's something that you get at the level of play with the Yard Goats. is you get to see big-time stars who are either on a rehab assignment or we know they're destined, right? Derek Jeter came through this league. There's
Right.
a Nomar Garcia-Parra came. We could go on and on naming those players. Last year we saw Jacoby Ellsbury
Right.
playing among many others. So it's an opportunity to see real big-time players. And something that struck me a little bit is different teams came through, and I interviewed opposing team of the Yard Goats. All the players were just awestruck by the stadium.
Yeah, and you mentioned Ellsbury. He couldn't believe it either. Aaron Hicks, who was a former Rock Cat, played at New Britain Stadium. He walked in, he's like, wow, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that buzz, goes back to New York, and Starlin Castro was there with the Yankees. Matt Barnes pitched for the Red Sox against the Yard Goats. So to get those guys who play in these cathedrals in the major leagues to look around and say, wow, I'm not that far removed from the Eastern League, and this thing wasn't here when I played. It's really, really cool. But, the competition of the talent that comes through is just second to none. Rafael Devers goes from playing for the Portland Sea Dogs in June, less than a month later, he's in Boston, all of a sudden caught up in American League pennant race. I mean, it's really that close. The guys are going up and down. Ryan McMahon begins the season with the Yard Goats. He's in a National League pennant race with the Rockies. So that they are really close. And coaches tell me this all the time. They said, Jeff, as we get up to the higher levels of the minor leagues, the double A's and the triple A's, it's more about prepping these guys for the big leagues. We're not getting them ready for double A or triple A. We're getting them ready. When that phone call rings, they have a spot in Colorado. He's got to be ready to go.
Absolutely. All right, so opening day is
April 5th against the Blue Jays affiliate, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. And judging by what I've seen in spring training and some of the stuff the Rockies have said, although we're about 5 days away from our roster being released because there are some guys that are on the bubble, but they said the offense is going to be really, really good. Usually they're a little bit shy in what they tell me, and even in the major league camp, some of the writers in Denver said all the big hitters are going to be in Hartford this year. So let's play baseball.
We like that. Get some scoring early. Jeff Dooley from the Hartford Yard Goats. It's great having you in. You're always welcome here, and we'll be seeing a lot of you. Baseball season's here.
That's right. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. We love our partnership with you guys.
Always a pleasure. When we